Hello, welcome to Piece of Pat Paints. I'm Pat. I make art and stuff. That's what we do around here. We're working on some DC characters. It's yeah, it's fun. Had to do some repairs. You know, 3D printing isn't exactly the most entertaining thing all the time. Sometimes it just doesn't work out the way you want it to, and that's okay. That's why you learn how to fix them. And so if you've been paying attention to what we've been doing, we have fixed them. If you missed any of the other stuff, it's back on the other shows. I do all this stuff live. I mean, I have shorts for the things when they're finished, but I do all this stuff live, so you can see every little thing I'm doing for the most part. And sometimes I do things that aren't on the live. I just finish up stuff that doesn't actually matter, or it's just repeats of whatever I've been doing already. But you know, that's how it goes. If you got any questions, please feel free to throw them in the comments. I'd love it. If you like what you see, give us a like and a subscribe. That's always awesome. Definitely the subscribes. We're working our way to 500. If we can get there, that's the first step to monetization, which would be super cool if I could get Google to pay my my bills. That'd be neat. Anyway, hope you enjoy it. I don't know how long I'll make it today. I'm not feeling really well. It is all of a sudden like 70 degrees in February in Oklahoma, and everything is in bloom, and my face feels like it's being caved in. My head is pounding. But I've got my coffee. I've got some water. I got some paintbrushes. I got some files. We got work to do. We got a show coming up, so we gotta get on it. Boom! Throw Two-Face on the ground. So Two-Face turned out pretty good. Pretty nice. I know that we're gonna have to really do much here. If I'm honest, let me take this flat line. Just make sure we got that edge smooth. Time this is all said and done, you wouldn't even notice that we had a big crack here. Because that stuff's rock hard, so it hardened up. I mean, it's hard enough where we can sand on it. So that's pretty hard, yeah. Let's use some finer files here, right, just to kind of get this set up. You could use sandpaper if you really wanted to. It doesn't really make that much of a difference. I'm obsessive about some of this stuff, especially if we're doing it on the show. So I like to get it as clean as possible, so we can have those final results look right. And it's about as clean as it is on this side. So so that means we did pretty good. Now all of that right there is just discoloration. There's a little bit of a bevel there, but most of it appears to be excess resin that was on there and a little bit of discoloration. think we really want to do much with this stuff here. It's just, it would just go ahead and damage it further, damage what we've got going on further. We're just gonna paint it and not worry too much about that stuff. Hey, it's Sir McBeardsly. Good to see you, friend. Hope you're well. I'm hanging. I'm trying to keep myself occupied. Don't know how long we're gonna make it today. My head is absolutely pounding. I don't know what's up in the highs today, but there is something in the highs. Go ahead, clean the files. Just do a little sandpaper across it. Try to find there's a direction that the firelights run. Just kind of do like this, and it'll clean a lot of that out of there for you real quick. Don't do this all the time, but when it gets like, you can see like there's some heavy buildup. You can't. Come on, focus, camera. So like there's some heavy buildup right there in the middle. You can kind of see it a little bit. So you want to try to get. We're just gonna try to pull that out of there, right? Too much of it and you'll mess up your file. You're not trying to really grind on it either. You're just trying to gently scrape at it. And that's all you gotta do. Some people say rub your other files on them. That'll work too. I don't want to really like doing the metal to metal if I can avoid it. And sometimes I'll get really obsessive and come through here with a needle or a X-Acto knife blade and clean out all the rest of the little bits, but that gets super tedious. If you want your file to really get cleaned up, that is the way to do it. That right there cleans them up real good. Well, like I said, it's not for everybody. Not everybody wants to do that, and I don't blame them. So just a little file work. That way we can go ahead and prime them. We can get to painting because the Catwoman would be next. Got Harley done. Got both the, just do both the girls in a row, right? Or once we get Harley done. We don't have Harley done yet. So yeah, easy peasy Japanese, lemon squeezy, all breezy. Do it sleazy. Leaning Tower of Pisa. It's Pisa, but you know, whatever. A bunch of printing over the weekend at Sir McBeardsly house. yeah, it does take a while to print. So yeah, that's true. So yeah. You got a couple hours and you got 2 prints done. Or 1.5 hours to get 2 pieces done. Yeah, that is pretty common with the 3D printing deal. Figured be moving in a few months, so just keep printing some here and there and accumulate a bunch before them. There you go. Set yourself up a studio and get them painted. Unless you you want to hire somebody else to do that. Which I know a guy. Ah! Okay. The rest of the work I gotta do is just to get those pegs to balance out enough to where we can get these to sink all the way down. Which that takes time and a lot of it. And I don't know that everybody want to watch me sit here and grind down on these pedestals to get them to fit right. That seems tedious. And unentertaining, honestly. He says as he starts doing it. But you're just kind of trying to evenly grind down these sides of these pegs or tabs, whatever you want to call them. Yeah, terrain's pretty easy, honestly. If you just want to make it easy, you just find the base color or whatever you want it to be, and then just spray paint it, and then make a wash and throw a wash on there and call it a day. Nobody actually pays that much of attention. So you just throw a primer and then a quick, nice spray. I mean, hell, you could do a zenithal highlight on that. You could prime it black, zenithal with some white, and then whatever base color you wanted, and then just come back with some wash, and that would take care of any terrain quick and fast. Just match the, like, if it's stone, you want like a gray wash. If it's sandstone or sandy stuff, you want like a brown wash. If it's green, then you want a dark green wash. You're just trying to make sure that cracks get dark, you know. It's a pretty terrain's pretty easy. I like doing terrain, but I definitely here's a point where you could just go way too far on it, you know. Take way too much time. You get the kind of the idea. That's a little bit lower. We're still not quite there yet. So we've got to take out a little bit more. We're getting close. And you could try to get in here and take more of this out if you wanted to. But at this point, I don't know that that's going to do us a whole lot of good. It's funny though, he actually fits better going the opposite direction. Which is kind of weird. Almost there though. Almost there. Might be close enough. Might be close enough. See, I gotta do a super cool figure. It's a treasure golem. Yeah, yeah, those are fun. Those are easy too, because you could like, as long as you're not trying to make it all non-metallic metal, and you just spray paint it with like gold, and then come back and pop in a couple silver pieces, and then put a white for your gems, then come back with a glaze or Indian ink, and just put that on all the gems. That would work. Okay, well, I guess we need to talk about her hair. It's blonde. We all know yellow doesn't really work out really well, but we're going to start off with that. Because as it is blonde, it's not, she also, in a lot of the different things, she has dyed it. And that blonde might need just a little bit of white to go in it. There we go. Start getting a little bit more little cadmium yellow, a little bit of white together here. Okay, we're gonna let that zenithal do a lot of this work at the first, so I don't really want to do much. Like I said before, we're gonna do a little bit of a dye job on it. And I'm just kind of painting them on while it's on her head. They're not attached yet, but it does seem like a good place to hold these ponytails to get their base coats done. It's just to leave them on their head. But I'm gonna pull them off and do this part of them as well. But I don't want to put them. I want to attach them till I get this part done. But I do want to make sure we have it. And this part's also this comes off as well. We're gonna paint it. We're gonna use it kind of hold on to the dang things while we try to paint them because they're so itty bitty. And you could theoretically mount them on all sorts of painting things. You could make little clamps and hold it if you wanted to, and do it all individually. But I don't know that I don't know that that's all that necessary, honestly. The great thing about hair is that it does have different kinds of textures as it plays through, so you can kind of start adding that in. The zenithal will help a little bit, but we'll put a little bit of a wash across it as well, and then we'll really be able to come in and highlight some stuff. The dye will help with that too, because that'll help us be able to mimic some of the color textures and changes to make it look more natural and flowing. Now, though, we need to just get this base coating done. If I can get the base coating done, I might just go ahead and call it for today. We'll see. Like I said, my head is absolutely trying to kill me today. Looks like it's either a flaw. I don't know if that's a flaw in the model or what. Could be a print flaw. It's pretty gnarly looking. Whatever it is. It looks like it got smashed or something. Huh. Well, this is unfortunate. I should have noticed that earlier. I did not. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is probably go ahead and remove that material. I don't know if you can even see this, but there's a little blemish right here. definitely some sort of misprint. Now, what kind of misprint? I don't know. I can't really tell. I've covered it up with other stuff. Ugh, my head is absolutely pounding. Oh my god, dog. You're not gonna die. It's not even cold out. It's like, it's a gorgeous day out there. Pretty sure you guys can't actually hear her on the mic, which is good. Because she does sound like absolutely pathetic. We maybe spoil our pets around here just a little too much. That's okay. They live short lives, right? They should have a little bit of spoiledness. Right now, I'm really... No. Probably should use an X-Acto knife for this. But I have this fillet plate like right here. And sometimes I like living on the edge. Treasure golem, that'd be cool. I think I did one of those somewhere. Either that or maybe it was just treasure piles. I can't remember. Yeah, that's a lot better. Still a little bit of damage, but it's not nearly as pronounced as it was. And with it being right there on the front of her face, we really want to make sure it's not going to look flipping awful. Alright, almost made it half an hour. But okay. I'm not really feeling 100%, but the journey must continue, right? The show must go on, is that what they say? The show must go on. It's not just a Queen song. Date myself there, talking about Queen. Oh, man. It's wide world, wild, wild world out there. So Mr. Shell tickets. I'd buy one. Like she gave up. It's about to go get her too. Oh well. She kept hollering, dog. blend of these yellows and whites. Like I said, if we need to, we just come back through with a little bit more of whichever color. Get it to look the way we want. You have control. You get to add what you want to it. Try and just throw down a real nice quick base coat here on the hair. I'll probably do all of her top and then we'll come back and do her bottom later. Got out of here. Next time you guys go to Great Himalayas and shit. Go to that shit that Oracle's if you were right now. Found an older Vans snapback that was made in World War II. Huh. Yeah, well, let's go take a look. It may be a while before we get down there, man. I've got to... Things have been way busy. This is definitely the busy time of the season for me. My kids and all their various things that they do start popping up this time of year. So I find myself very schedule heavy. I go, oh, I got a lot going on. And I've got next week I've got a MRI scheduled. Hopefully they can figure out what's going on. Have me having no seizures. Luckily it stops. Whatever this medicine that they gave me is doing its job. So that's nice. Oh man. I usually have a whole lot more to say, and I apologize. Guys, my head is absolutely destroying me. Anyway, so we're just trying to keep working your way through here. Change those colors up. And it's okay if they've got a little bit of different tones. She's going to have a dye job on. So we kind of want a few differences in colors and tones. That's actually going to play to our advantage. So you don't need to, when you're painting Harley, you don't necessarily need to worry too much about it. Unless you're like wanting a specific look. You know, if you really wanted her to have more of the old school blonde look from animated series, you want to go a little bit heavier on the yellow here and less on the white. And you're gonna want it to be real in depth, like you want it to be real smooth colors and stuff like that, because it's more cartoonish, more animated style. Here we're going to get that semi-realism. I do like it to be a little bit more fantastic and whimsical, but I do like it to have a little, oh yeah, I don't want it to be too cartoonish. These sculpts aren't cartoonish, so you want to treat this sculpt with what it's giving you. We can add some cartoonish elements, you know, like we did with the Joker. We made him look very animated and cartoonish, but we did it in more of a realistic style way to make sure we're playing to what the model itself is doing. Hey, we made it past 30 minutes. I'm doing good, guys. Staying in there. I'm hanging in there. Couple little, probably what? These are probably tabs from when it was processed. It's probably part of a support. Knock that out of there. Most people aren't going to be turning around and look at the backs of the heads of these things, so I don't worry too much about it. You can see a couple of pock marks from where those supports were. Okay. Lots of local crafters. Fun. Nice. Yeah, I might have to check them out. Okay. Oh. I think I'm going to call that pretty decent for today. We'll get the other stuff. We'll get these. Ooh. Yeah, we'll get these two primed. I gotta set up the printers to print Penguin, and we'll let her dry. And I'm gonna figure out the color tones here. Maybe we'll do a vote. We'll do red, blue, black, white, or red, white, blue, or black, red, white, and see what everybody thinks about the colors for the rest of her stuff. I don't know. Maybe I won't. Maybe I'll just make a decision. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and put some hot compress on my face, and hang out and I don't know, watch some TV. I might get on the on Minecraft later and play on some Twitch. If you do the Twitch thing, come follow me over there. I same name. We build Minecraft stuff on Twitch. I've been trying to get it to work over here, but I can't figure it out because I don't know. I'm technologically unsound when it comes to that sort of thing. So maybe I will just keep them separate. I don't know. We were trying to do a little double side, but I've decided that we're just gonna keep them separate. But it's the same people. And if you want to follow me on Instagram, same name, Paces Pepe, something easy to find. And you can look at all the wild things I post to Instagram. I have a lot of opinions, so if you don't want to know my opinions and you just want to keep it like this, don't go look at my Instagram. I'll tell you that. Anyway, you guys be good to yourselves. Be good to somebody else. Be good to people you don't know. And we're going to talk to you later. And I'm going to go blow my nose. And that's all I got. See you later. Bye.